Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. So as you guys can see by the title, today I'm going to be doing a get ready with me, and this is going to be a talk through style. I asked if you guys wanted to see something like this on Snapchat and you guys agreed. Normally I like to do just like a music over them and kind of tell you about the products that I'm using. So that's probably what I do, probably what I'll do moving forward. But I thought this would be a fun way to kind of catch up with you guys and chat about life and everything that's going on in my life. And so I thought it would be fun. So I want to try to do more makeup videos, which I'll talk about later, but I thought this would be kind of fun to start it off. The first thing I'm going to be using is this Confidence in a Cream. This is by IT Cosmetics. This is a travel size version, but it's actually pretty, like, has a lot of product in it. And I love this moisturizer. I've talked about it before on my channel in a favorites video. I think this moisturizer, along with their Bye Bye Makeup, was one of the things that really helped clear up my skin. Now, I've not been taking the best care of my skin, so please don't judge it, but when I was taking really good care of it, I was using the Bye Bye Makeup by IT Cosmetics and this this Confidence in a Cream, and I feel like it helped. And what I like about this too is it's good for like light everyday usage. It's not a thick consistency, so I don't feel like it's too heavy to wear every day. So I'm just going to let that sit in for a little bit, soak into my skin. So I'm out of school now, and I should have more time to film, but I just haven't had ideas of what to film. Like I said earlier, I do want to do more makeup videos, so I'm going to try to do more like tutorials and stuff because you guys have been asking for that. But it's super hard to film in my tiny little apartment. Like I have a table right here, you guys can see in the back, that I have my makeup set up on because I really don't have a lot of space to have like a proper filming area, so it's kind of hard to do that. The next thing I'm going to be using is the Benefits Professional Primer. This is hands down my favorite primer that I've ever used, and I know that I've talked about it a lot on this channel. It's a very silicone-y based primer, and I don't know, I really like that, so it's definitely one that I prefer to use. Okay, I'm just going to let all that sit in while I get ready to mix my foundations. Now, I've been doing a combination of two foundations because my skin it's super hard to match. Like the CC Cream by IT Cosmetics is very yellow toned. I've noticed that with their stuff it's more yellow based, and I think that I have more pink undertones. It's really hard for me to figure out what kind of undertones and stuff I have, so I think that's what I have, but this does show up a little bit too yellow on me. This is a Tarte foundation, Amazonian Clay foundation. This is my favorite foundation, and I really like mixing these because they give a full coverage, like really nice, but it's not too heavy. So I'm just going to mix those on the back of my hand. I just do one pump of the CC Cream and then I squirt out some of the Tarte. If I need to add more, I will. Oh wait, I forgot. I'm going to use this baby first. Crap. I have that on the back of my hand now, it's going to spill. Okay, so actually before we get into the concealer or the foundation, I'm going to start with this like pinky salmon color concealer. I've been using this non-stop. This is in a NYX like concealer palette. I don't actually know the name of it, but it's just like a pink concealer. And I like to use this underneath my eyes to cancel out my dark circles because your girl, we have them. It's just something that happens. And I don't know if they sell this in like an individual thing, but I would like to get like a pinky concealer like this because this one I've definitely hit pan on and I don't want to have to buy the palette all over again just for one color. You know what I mean? So I just kind of do that in a triangle, mostly focusing it on like that right underneath of my eyes to conceal those under eye bags. So tell me in the comments below how your guys' summer is going, or if you're started in summer yet. If you guys have graduated, I would love to know if you guys graduated, because if you guys are on my channel, then you would know that I graduated a couple weeks ago, and I'm very excited to have the summer off, and I will be going back to college in the fall. I'm going to be going to a university this time around, and I'm going to be going for graphic design, so I'm very, very, very excited about what the future holds for me. Now you guys can see I'm just blending it out. This is just a Real Techniques sponge and just pat that into my skin. Okay, so once that's blended, I'm going to take my foundation. I keep saying this stuff wrong. And I'm going to just put that all over my face. Sorry, that was in frame. I don't know if you guys can see how like yellow this looks. I got too much of the CC Cream, so I'll have to kind of play with it. But it is very yellow, and I'm not sure why. I mean, I love it once I blend it out and stuff. It looks okay, but I've noticed with the IT Cosmetics stuff, it leans more to the yellow side than anything. This combination doesn't look too cakey. The other day it did look a little cakey because I got too much on there, but for the most part I think it looks okay. I should have done my brows before I did this. I usually work on my brows. I'm gonna have to put a little bit more on because I didn't get as much coverage as I would have liked, and I didn't get to do my forehead yet. So I'm just gonna do another pump of the CC cream and then squeeze out some of the Tarte on the back of my hand. And again, I'm applying this with the Real Techniques Beauty Sponge, and I think I said that I love this sponge a lot. I've never tried a beauty blender, so I don't know how they compare, but I know a lot of people really like the Real Techniques sponge, and I like it for the price. So okay, so once I have my foundation on, what I like to do is like to go over it with a powder brush and kind of blend out everything to make sure that I don't have any harsh lines and to make sure that I got everything covered. So the brush that I like to use is the e.l.f. powder brush, and I just kind of go over it, and like especially around like the places like the edge of my neck and stuff like that, I really try to blend it down. Sometimes I pat so that I don't lose all the coverage I just got, but I just try to do this to help with coverage and make sure that everything is covered and seamless and blended and all that jazz. In the summer it's so hard because you don't want to put on a lot of foundation because you're just going to sweat it off, and I feel like the CC cream is perfect for that, but I do like full coverage, so I go all out. So now that I feel that's all blended out, I'm going to work on my brows. I've been using the Brow Wiz by Anastasia Beverly Hills, and I think this is in taupe. My friend Alex actually sent this to me, and I've really been loving it lately. I've been trying to get more into brows, so I've really been working really hard on making sure they look okay. So first I just brush them up, and then I like to start in the middle. I can't talk while doing this, so I'm going to have to stop. But I like to start in the middle and I like to fill out the edge and like the bottom edge and the tail, and then kind of work on the arch. And then once I kind of get that roughly filled in, I'll go into the front and fill that in. I'm very sparse in the front of my brows, if you guys can probably tell, so I really like to focus on that area. I don't want to go too harsh because I don't want it to look too full, and as you guys can see there, I need to kind of fill that in. And then I'm just going to work on the tail a little bit more. I kind of messed up there a little bit, so I'm going to have to fix that with concealer. But that is one brow. It looks a little dark. This side always looks super dark, and I don't know why, so I'm just going to comb through it and get it to the design that I like. I do need to go and fill it up a little, or fix it and clean it up a little bit around the edges, and I'll do that with concealer in just a second. This brow's a little bit harder because it's shaped a lot different, so I just brush it out, brush it up, get it where I need to go, and it's also hard because I don't have my glasses on right now. Normally I do this with glasses on, but I'm just going to start again. Okay, so today's not a good brow day at all, so please excuse that. But now I'm going to go in again with that NYX concealer palette that I had before, this one. And I'm going to take one of the concealers at the top that matches my skin, and I'm going to just kind of work with filling in, like cleaning it up, because it is a little messy, especially like up in this front area. I'm not good at getting that, but I think everything else looks pretty good. I think there's just a spot right there that I needed to get, and I'm gonna blend that out with the beauty blender to make sure that it's not too, you know, messy, whatever. I'm burning up right now, if you guys can't tell. It's so hot in here. So then I like to go in with this NYX concealer. This is the HD concealer, I think, and I like to use this to brighten up underneath my eyes. So I'm just gonna do a triangle underneath my eyes like so, and I like to go upward to kind of lift my eyes so that I don't look as tired as I actually am. This concealer has like been one of my holy grails for a while, and I have so many in my collection that I'm working through right now, like of this specific kind. Sorry, that's so high. And so I've been really trying to work through these so that I can get on some of my other concealers, but this is definitely a really good concealer. I recommend it. And again, I'm just going to blend that out with my beauty blender. Sorry, this palette keeps coming in to frame. I'm using it for a mirror. Okay, so once that's on, I feel like my face is done. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to set it with a powder. I'm trying to work through this IT Cosmetics Bye Pores powder. I've said in many videos I like the pressed version better, but I saw online to use a beauty blender or like a beauty sponge to help put on powder, so that's what I've been doing to help me use this, and I've been liking it pretty okay. So I'm going to start with underneath my eyes to get that concealer and everything set so that it doesn't crease or move or anything like that. And I just kind of really pack that on. I'm not baking or anything like that, I'm just packing the concealer on, or not concealer, the powder on, so that that concealer doesn't move. And then I'm just going to take some more of that and pounce it all over my skin. especially in the places that I tend to crease a lot or get makeup move off of. So that's it for my base and my brows. And now what I like to do is I like to go onto my eyes. I am going to be using the Mica Beauty primer because this is one that I'm trying to work through for my Bye Bye Beauty collab. And I'm just going to apply that to my lid. And then I'm going to be taking the Lorac Unzipped Gold. This is definitely one of my favorite palettes that I have right now, and I like using it for an everyday look. And you guys had actually asked me to use it in a video before, a tutorial, so I thought that I would show you kind of like my everyday go-to look right now. So first I'm going to be using a super blendy like crease fluffy brush, not crease flush, and I'm going to be using this shade right here, which is called Undressed, I think. It's very similar to my skin tone. I'm just going to apply that all over the lid to kind of help set all this, and then I'm going to be taking this brown shade, which I don't know the name of it because I can't see because I don't have my glasses on. But it's just the lighter brown. It's right there. I'm going to use the same brush and I'm going to apply that above my crease because I do have hooded eyes, and so putting it in my crease is kind of redundant because my eyes are so hooded. So I like to go above my crease and I like to just blend all over and up to my brow bone. Okay, so once I have that in the places that I want, I'm going to take a smaller fluffy brush and take this darker brown right here, and I'm going to apply that mostly in my crease and in my outer V to darken it up because I do like dark looks. So as you guys can probably tell by my Snapchat and all that jazz, I recently went through a breakup. And that's kind of the reason I was kind of down and not wanting to film videos, because I was just really like not feeling good. You know, when you get in a breakup and you don't feel confident about yourself, you don't feel like you're beautiful anymore. It's been a while since the breakup happened and I'm over it. I'm healing, I'm doing much better, but I'm sure you guys could probably get that by my posts and stuff like that. It wasn't like a bad breakup or anything like that. It was kind of mutual. I mean, I didn't want to break up at first, but I'm happy with the decision now. I realized how unhappy I was in the relationship, and I'm thankful that he saw it and was able to get out, but that's what's been going on in my life. So I'm going to take a big fluffy brush and I'm going to blend those two colors out and make sure there's no harsh lines. I did meet a guy on Tinder though, which I was like really hesitant about getting Tinder because I had it before I met my ex-boyfriend, and it was not something, like all the guys on there were really douchey, and so I didn't really want to get Tinder because I didn't want to have to deal with douchebag boys. But I met this guy and we've hung out twice now, and he's really nice. He just got out of a serious relationship too, so it's a little bit easier. He understands where I'm coming from, and I like that because I don't feel pressure to, like, I don't know, I don't feel the pressure. There's no pressure there because he gets what I'm saying, he gets where I'm coming from. So it's been really nice. He's a really nice guy, super attractive, and I'm really excited, but I don't know where it's gonna go. I don't want to say anything yet because he knows I have a YouTube channel and I don't want him to watch this and be like, what the heck? But yeah, this side's always a lot harder for me to blend out. I don't know why, but that looks okay. Okay, so once those are blended, I'm gonna work on my lid shade. So I really like this shade and this shade for my lid, but I think I'm gonna go with this top one, which looks like it's called Inhibited. Again, I can't see because I don't have my glasses on. And I'm using this Medusa's makeup brush, which I don't really love, but it's the one that I grabbed, so that's what I'm gonna do. And I'm gonna just pack it on. I'm just patting so that the color payout is pretty decent, because otherwise this brush sucks, I feel like. I liked it when I first got it, but the more I use it, the more I'm like, yeah, I don't love it. And I'm gonna go back into that and deepen it up a little bit with that brown. I'm gonna go with a smaller brush because it's not as dark as what I would like. So I'm going back in with that darker brown that I used, and I'm just going to kind of deepen up my crease a little bit. Okay, so now I'm going to work on smudging out my lower lash line. I'm going to first take the first brown I used and kind of go really close to my eyelash with this flat smudger brush from IT Cosmetics and just go about halfway in to my eyes. I'm going to do that on this side as well. And then what I'm going to do now, so I'm going to take a small definer brush and I'm going to do some highlighting on the inner corners. Now, I really like this first shade right here for inner corner highlights. Looks like it's called Unlocked. I tend to have really watery eyes, so it's kind of pointless for me to put stuff in my inner corners because it's just going to come off. But I love this color. So I'm just really putting it right there and connecting that, and then I'm just going to put it in the actual corner. But I love how this looks. It makes my eyes look so cool. I don't know. I dig it. So I'm going to keep doing it. So once I have those two done, I'm going to take the darker brown on a fluffier brush and kind of just smoke out my lower lash line with it. Okay, and then that's all I'm going to do for my eyes. I don't really use liner that much because I don't love it. I don't know. I'm going to be using this CoverGirl Star Wars mascara. I just opened it and I've been liking it. And I'm just going to put mascara on, as you would. Okay, so now what I'm going to be doing is taking the My Sculpted Face palette by IT Cosmetics, and I'm going to be bronzing and contouring and highlighting my face. So first what I like to do is to take a fluffy brush like this, and I'm going to kind of just put it in the hollows of my cheekbone. I honestly just messily do this because this isn't the part that I feel matters that most. I don't know. So then I'm going to go in and actually contour. And I've been using this contour brush from IT Cosmetics and I'm loving it. I'm going to talk more about it in my favorites video, but definitely in love with this video. And I'm just going to sculpt out my low fat cheeks. I don't feel super confident with contouring yet, so don't take my advice on it because the girl doesn't really know what she's doing. I'm just trying to not have a fat face anymore. And then once I do that, I'm going to be taking my blush, and my everyday blush is NYX Dusty Rose. This is also a product that I'm trying to work through by the end of the year, and I'm just going to apply that lightly to my cheeks. Today for my highlight, I'm going to be using the highlight from the My Sculpted Face palette because I think this works very well for pale princesses like me, and I'm just going to apply that. It's a little harsh. I'm going to have to go back out and blend it out, I think. And then I'm going to set my face with this Hard Candy setting spray because I am trying to work through this as well. I'm not going to put a lipstick on because I'm just going to be, well, I may because I'm going to be filming a video, but normally every day I wouldn't, just to like hang out around the house or anything like that. So I'm just going to set my face, and then that's the end of this Get Ready With Me. So that was it for this Get Ready With Me, guys. I hope that you enjoyed. Please leave a comment below letting me know. And I think in the future I'm just going to do voiceovers or like music or something like that because that works best for me. And I feel like it's the easiest. It's not as awkward and as long. Thanks guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video.